What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You know I like keeping you guys laced up with the great content, motivating and inspiring you guys to make some positive changes. And for everybody who subscribed to the channel, I want to say thank you. You guys pushed me over 30,000 subs within the last month and a half. And I look forward to hitting that 40,000 subs so I can give away another pair of shoes. Um, I was at a gas station the other day, and I'm pumping gas, and some youngsters roll up, and they're probably two gas pumps behind me, kind of like at an angle, and I hear them talking, and I'm like, I'm rocking the tank top, just pumping the gas, acting like I'm not paying them no mind, but I'm always watching everything around me. And the youngster gets out, and he's like, God damn, that nigga big as fuck. Yeah, I'd have to have a Desert Eagle for that big motherfucker right there. And then his homie gets out and says, oh yeah, that nigga, he on swole, man. I'd have to do something, man. I couldn't handle that. And I didn't really say anything. I'm kind of like listening. And it's a quasi compliment, but it's also a quasi act of fear as far as what they said, because they're already, implying that they would basically shoot me if it came down to it because of fear of my size and lack of their, I guess, ability to throw hands if it came down to something where we had to throw hands. But better yet, why would the first thing that popped into your mind when you see a big black guy is that you would want to shoot him? Why would that pop in your mind? And these weren't black youngsters that were saying this. They appeared to be maybe of Mexican descent. Maybe Mexican, maybe Armenian. I couldn't really tell, but they didn't approach me or act threatening or any manner. I just kind of laughed it off because, I've heard youngsters before say, man, I wouldn't fight his big ass, I'll just shoot him, because they're just, scared to death of their own shadow. But why would the first thing that popped in your mind be, I'm gonna shoot this big ass black guy? That's a serious problem in our society, man. Fear of a big nigga. A lot of you guys run around and you pretend to be tough guys, but you're really scared to death, man. You live in fear. You're not really cut like that, but you want to rock that lifestyle like you gangster, but you ain't got a bit of gangster in you. And to make matters worse, you would really entertain the thought of killing another man, spending the rest of your life in prison, possibly be on death row for premeditated, just because this guy happened to be bigger than you and you incited some bullshit between the both of you guys. You got into it, and you felt that the situation called for death. Now, me personally, growing up, I see a lot of big motherfuckers in my hood on swole. Everybody worked out. Everybody was putting up 225 in the gym. Everybody could chunk them. But I didn't just, go around, seeing everybody that was, on huff, thinking that, man, I'm just going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I never entertained those thoughts. I would take my chances catching a fade. And if I got an ass whooping, at least I, stood up for myself before I decided just to kill a man. I valued a man's life more than just a fight. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done a lot of ignorant shit in my times, and I've had some situations, but I never felt that, if it was a situation where I had to get down and chunk them, that I would just kill a person rather than throw hands. I would give the person an opportunity to see what they were capable of, and if they're really, you know, about their reputation, before I would try to actually pull a gun out on them. I never got down like that. I didn't grow up like that, you know. I got into a lot of fights on military bases, you know. I was always around bigger kids than myself, and to me, you know, the whole interaction of, you know, fighting, you know, getting down, chunking them, catching a fade was a part of the game. You know, that's what made the game exciting when I was young. You know, walking around knowing that, you know, I was tossing up, you know, X amount of weight up in the weight room, but I had these hands, and if a motherfucker wanted to catch them, he can get them. You know what I mean? He can get them put upside his head. But it wasn't like it had to be a death type situation, because I didn't feel it was worth it. I mean, unless somebody, you know, pulled out a strap and started busting, then, you know, maybe that would call for something different. But just because we were fighting, I don't think that it would be necessary just to pull a gun out and start shooting somebody. But it's just a sad mental state, and a lot of these youngsters, you know, they think they gangster, and you know, I was tempted to say something like, you know, you dumbasses would really want to catch a life sentence behind shooting a guy that was bigger than you because you were scared. And then you'd have to be around 1,000 motherfuckers big as me up in the pen that'd be ready to fucking bust your motherfucking head. They wouldn't even imagine the aftermath of what they did, crying when that motherfucking detective had their ass up in that cold room, you know, talking about you looking at, you know, 30 years of life. You guys got to do better than that, man. You young motherfuckers, man. You better start doing some motherfucking push-ups, some motherfucking dips. You better start going to the gym, hitting the motherfucking bag, taking some motherfucking karate, some, you know, Krav Maga or some fucking Kung Fu or something, man, because, you know, if all you can do is shoot, you ain't gonna survive in this lifetime, man. Not as a free man. As soon as you get your ass whooped, you wanna go kill somebody, believe me, you're gonna get caught, and you will go to the pen, and you will do a bunch of time. So wake your ass up, man, and change the way you look at other human beings and how you perceive interacting with people. You know, I see a big motherfucker, I'm like, man, what's up, Big Swole? Big Yoke? All right, I see you, Mr. Arms, or, you know, Baby Arnold, you know what I'm saying? I give motherfucking props, man. You know, I never was like, you know, it felt like I want to take that away from somebody who worked hard to get to where they're at, that I wanted to shoot him. Oh, that big motherfucker, I'm gonna shoot him. For what? You little weak ass nigga. Step your motherfucking game up. Try to ask that man how he got like that so you can get your swole on. Get your head out your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Or get your motherfucking head off, your head out of the motherfucking television playing them fucking video games. You know, smoking that motherfucking spice. But the game is bigger, man, and I'm here to try to lace you guys up, because you make that fucked up mistake, you're gonna regret it. Had a homie who had a son who talked a lot of big shit, wanted to be a gangster, and fuck around, was out there, you know what I'm saying, you know, trying to be in the mix, and got caught up in a fight in front of a bunch of other people, and got his motherfucking ass whooped. We was a fair fade. And felt that, you know, it was an embarrassment. So he somehow acquired a gun, and when he seen this gentleman at the mall in front of other individuals, he decided to shoot him like 8, 9 times and killed him. Well, there was witnesses all around, and this youngster, I think barely 17, basically threw his life away because he couldn't handle a fade. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the fact that he got his ass whooped and go home, do some push-ups, lift some weights, and go back and try another day. He decided to take another man's life, another young man's life, and he got 50 years. So he's sitting up in a pen doing 50 years, and the homie said whenever he goes to see him, he just cries, man, saying he wants to go home, but he can't do nothing about it. You got witnesses, cameras, everything, and you shot a man in broad daylight because you got your ass whooped. You guys better rethink your program, man. You want to be motherfucking gang bangers, hard hitters, whatever you want to call yourselves. You motherfuckers, you ready to throw your life away? Well then, this ain't the channel for you. But if you're trying to make a positive change, and then wake the fuck up, subscribe to the channel, and do something with your motherfucking self, man. And start asking questions and learn how you can get your motherfucking body right, your mind right, and get your head out the fucking gutter. Because like I said, you roll the dice and think that you're gonna get away murdering somebody. Ain't no statute of limitation. They will find your ass. Somebody will testify against your ass, and you will be in prison for the rest of your life. Worrying about dropping the soap, worrying about sleeping with one eye open, and worrying about carrying a motherfucking shank. So, wake up. If you see me pumping gas, you ain't got a trip. I'm not gonna motherfucking do anything to you. You know what I mean? If anything, I'll pass you one of my motherfucking workout books so you can learn how to get your motherfucking health right. But other than that, man, change your mentality. Do something positive with your motherfucking thoughts instead of thinking about hurting somebody all the fucking time. Big Herc 916.